Hello, hello. Welcome to special Thanksgiving episode edition of Strange Stories with Jeremiah Byron. Good to see you all here today. Let's see who we've got in the chat. We've got Memphis Song, thumbs up. We got Patrick, happy Turkey Day. Hello, sir. We got Cassie's Cryptid Land, happy Thanksgiving. Good to see you here. We've got a Canadian friend here, Sharon. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you south of our border. Sorry, drinking away from the mic, as it were. Brown Dwarf is here. Hello, sir. Good evening. We've got Davis Adams here. Happy Thanksgiving, fellas. Good to see you. Adam Larson is here. Happy Night of the Demon Day. Adam is from the Instagram account Bigfoot Film Appreciation Circle. If you're on IG, you want to follow him for some cool Bigfoot stuff and maybe a little sneak peek. I'll be talking to Adam in the future on Bigfoot Society about Bigfoot films. He is an expert on Bigfoot films, vintage ones. So I'm looking forward to that. Alan is here. Hey, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. Well, we've got a special Thanksgiving show here. If you've got a story, the way that this works, let me get the banner up. You can call in to the special number. You can call 515-809-0165. Share your strange story. This can be UFO related, Bigfoot, alien, cryptid, weird stuff, paranormal, unexplained, all that weird stuff. You can call on in, share it on the live on the show. It's a record for the podcast as well. I just asked that. Of course, we do keep the language clean because we never know where these show up. Yeah, but a pretty good day, of course, being Thanksgiving for the American viewers. Go ahead, put in the chat if you had a special food or if you guys have a special tradition that you do on Thanksgiving, and we'll share a few of those. I know what I did. We went down to Grandma's farm, down a little bit further south in Iowa, played some football outside, played some soccer, had some great Thanksgiving food. Course, green bean casserole. You know what we didn't have, which here's a little Iowa info for you guys. If you don't know, Iowa we usually have corn casserole for our Thanksgiving dinners. No one actually made it this year, but that's all right. We'll let it slide, right? So if you have a friend that has a story that they should be calling in to share, you should have them give a call in to 515-809-0165. This is Strange Stories with Jeremiah Byron. We got a lot of people hanging out so far in the chat, so make sure that you take a minute and post this in your Facebook groups, put it on your Twitter. You can share it in your different Discords you might be in, anywhere that you're... That was weird. Anywhere that you're active on the internet, you can go ahead and let them know right now that for the next hour, we'll be doing strange things, strange stories with Jeremiah Byron. This is number 18, the 18th episode. You never know what comes out of sharing your story on this show. And that's all I can, that's all I'm going to say about that. But people are listening to this show, and sometimes, well, if you're a careful listener, you may notice a story from one of the I can't say anything yet, but next year, keep your eyes open. The smart ones will figure it out. All right, so we are rocking and rolling, guys. Let me know, are you shopping for anything tomorrow during Black Friday? For our American friends, of course, we celebrate Black Friday because yay capitalism. But if you are, let me know if you're a crazy person who goes out trying to brave the Walmarts, or if you are someone who's just going to do shopping on Amazon instead and call it a day. Oh, got a little bit of a drink there in the mic. My apologies. Having a good Thanksgiving here. Just waiting for the first call. We'll see who's first. Let me make sure that my do not disturb is turned off. It is. We are ready, rocking to go. I know, right? Pat is saying he's still in food coma. Dude, I am too. I'm like, whew, I'm kind of, but I'm waking up. I am waking up, and we're having a good day. I got a few days off work, so we're rocking. We're rolling. Um, Let me see. Oh, here's an interesting. Let me show off this book I got, guys, real quick while we wait for the first caller. I got this book in the mail. I need to read it, but I'm going to shout it out because the guy was nice enough to send me a copy of it. Now, this is pretty cool. This is All Creatures Weird and Dangerous. Tim Otterson, he's a vet, and supposedly this vet was called into certain places to help out different cryptids. Supposedly, he worked on a chupacabra. Now, I haven't read the book yet, but I'm very interested because it looks like it's a nonfiction book. It looks like it's a real memoir. So I'm definitely going to read the book. Um, and then if it's a good enough story, maybe even have him on. But right now, I'll tell you what I am reading. I'm reading. Let me know, anyone in the chat, while we wait to see if anyone's going to call in here. Let me know. Do you know? Has anyone ever watched the documentary from the late '90s, "Drumming for Bigfoot" with Henry Franzoni? He's a cool guy. I'm currently reading his book right now, which is very intense. It's a very cool. He's a data guy, and he's just he did a study a few years back about all the different places in actually the whole U.S. About the name Skookum, and how that can relate to pretty much Bigfoot creatures, and he just goes from there. And there's all sorts of Native American, stories to do with Bigfoot from early history. It's very, very cool. So, check out Henry Franzoni's book if you're interested in hearing from a gentleman that was, who's heavy into Bigfoot research in the early '90s. Hellbent Holler. Hellbent Holler, good to see you. Literally, I'm just waiting for the first call to come in. So, if anyone wants to, share in their Facebook groups or, you know, um, post anywhere that there's this guy chatting straight strange stories with Jeremiah Byron, and he's just waiting for the first person to call in with their crazy story about, UFOs, aliens, cryptids, ghosts. Now's the time. So we've really just been chatting about Thanksgiving. We got a ton of peeps hanging out right now. Um, Guys, let me know what your favorite food was today, or did anyone get a chance to watch the new Small Town Monsters today? I've seen it before. It was fantastic, but I'm curious to know what the other what you all in the chat thought of the, I want to say it's Alaskan coastal Sasquatch, if I got that right, but it's an awesome episode. I mean, the views on it are crazy, and it's less than 24 hours old. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I agree. To our American listeners, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, Hellbent and Holler is just sharing about a book I got in the mail. All Creatures Weird and Dangerous. A vet that works on. He worked on a chupacabra. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. What else can I show off? Oh, here's some swag I didn't show off. So Mitzi, if you're in here, you're gonna see some more swag from Crypticon. If you're not, you missed it. So check it out. That's from CryptidCon. It's a keychain, so I got that. That's awesome. Also, did I show these off? I don't know. They're little Archie McPhee Bigfoot feet. So I got those at Kentucky for Kentucky. Same place where you can see the cocaine bear. Okay, let's see what we got here. Sharon Serendipity says, I'm halfway through the Alaskan coastal Sasquatch. Yeah, it's an hour and a half long, but it is worth the viewing. It is a great episode of Beyond the Trail. It was the most that I was concerned about the safety of the guys, of Alex and Eli and Ron and all those guys. Let's see. We got Hellbent Holler is shouting out Alan Lassiter. Um, Happy Thanksgiving, buddy. And yeah, Hellbent Holler says cocaine bear, the most dangerous land mammal in recorded history. That's absolutely right. It's a crazy story about a guy who was smuggling drugs from Colombia to Tennessee, I believe, and then he pretty much tries to jump out of a plane to get away. Ends up hitting the ground hard and passes away because his parachute doesn't open. And then 175 miles away in Chattahoochee National Forest in Tennessee, they find a bear that got into a duffel bag that was thrown from the plane. And the bear ate, I believe, 77 kilos of cocaine. So, long story short, you can go into this place now in Kentucky, in Lexington, called Kentucky for Kentucky, and you can get your picture. You can take your picture with a cocaine bear. And there's a movie coming out next year from Elizabeth Banks, so it should be pretty funny, I would think. It's supposed to have Ray Liotta in it, but rest in peace, Ray has passed away. So I don't know if they've already filmed it or if they'll be replacing Ray's role. So only time will tell. Sharon says, so good. That is right. We're about 10 minutes into Thanksgiving. It's funny, Sharon. So we're about 10 minutes into the show here. We're waiting for that first caller. Some episodes, we've got calls right off the bat. Some episodes, we've got call. Some episodes, we have to wait all the way to the end until the final bell almost, like Sharon's episode, which is great. If you haven't heard Sharon's episode, you should check it out. But guys, if you've got any stories to share, anything weird, anything strange, anything unknown, anything paranormal has happened in your life, anything cryptid, Bigfoot, Dogman. Really, if you know a person that has stuff to do with Skinwalker Ranch or Marley Woods in Missouri, I would love for them to call in because that would be amazing. I am desperately trying to call or have someone talk to me about Marley Woods, which is the Skinwalker Ranch of Missouri. So let me know if you know anyone that actually has connections to that, or yeah, what kind of chat here. So if you got any cool, funny things that happened at Thanksgiving dinner, or did you talk about cryptids at Thanksgiving dinner? Let me know in the chat. Um, let's see. Actually, believe it or not, Bigfoot came up at my family dinner. There was a guy I was talking to, a relative, and his dad was like, "Oh yeah, totally from Denison, Iowa." And I was like, there's actually Denison had a high record of Bigfoot sightings in the late 1970s, and I got some weird looks, and I was like, I kind of spent like 3 months, uh, researching 1970s Bigfoot in Iowa for the Van Meter Visitor. If you want to hear that presentation, you can go over to Bigfoot Society, which is my podcast, and you can listen to that entire episode if you are into 1970s Bigfoot in Iowa, which, hey, you should be. Let's see who we've got. Sound off in the chat if you haven't sounded off yet, so I know that you're here. Central Florida Bigfoot, dude. Gotta get you to call in sometime. I know you got some crazy stories, but good to see you, Matt. Pat says it was so good. I appreciate that. And we got Hellbent Holler saying happy Thanksgiving, Matt. But yeah, if you guys, this is Strange Stories of Jeremiah Byron. It's a show where we give people the opportunity to call on in on open lines, and you never know what you're going to get. Some stories that we've had in the past before would be, well, the one that I just posted today or yesterday, I think it was today, was uh, Long Island Bigfoot talking about a rake attack. He had a rake attack him in Long Island around the Montauk area. and he was saved by Bubba the Bigfoot. So, very interesting tale. You don't want to miss that one. We also had, I believe, in that episode, we had a gentleman who called in from northern Missouri, who talked about a habituation that's happening on his property and a Bigfoot that is not only he's been feeding the Bigfoot, but also the Bigfoot has been coming into his house and trying to take food from his kitchen, I think. So that's a very interesting tale. You'll want to make sure you listen to that. Um, excuse me. Spoiler alert: tomorrow's episode will be Mr. Sam Sheeran, who, of course, is the famous cryptid illustrator for authors such as David Weatherly. But Mr. Sam does some amazing artwork, and it's a great chat that we had a few weeks ago, and finally able to release it. So this is Strange Stories with Jeremiah Byron. This is episode number 18. We're about 16 minutes into it. Waiting for that first caller. We'll see if anyone calls in tonight. You never know. Sometimes maybe it's just a chat, and that's okay. But if you've got a story that could be Bigfoot related, cryptid related, UFOs, aliens, weird stuff, stuff you can't explain, you can go ahead, give a call in 515-809-0165. This is live on YouTube and recorded for the podcast. Let me make sure that this thing is on. Yep. Okay, we're good. And yes, focus is on. Let's see who else we got showing up here. We got 12 people hanging out, and everyone is just waiting with bated breath for that first caller to call in. Well, hello there, Hike with Mike. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you all hanging out in here on your Thanksgiving evening. Everyone's kind of just trying to work off that turkey meat. Does it really make us tired? I don't know. Is that a myth or is that real? Do you think turkey really makes you tired? Let me know in the chat if you think that turkey tired effect is a myth or if it's real. Let me know. Again, this is Strange Stories of Jeremiah Byron, number 18. This is going to be an episode where I'm going to do a lot of talking. That is okay, because I got plenty of water with me. We got 14 people hanging out right now. If you've got a... Oh, hold on. Oh, that's crazy. I still had the music playing in the background, but I could barely hear it. That was messing with my head. Anyways, if you've got a strange story, a weird story, uh, something Bigfoot related, cryptid related, Mothman, um, man, oh, I can tell you about this. So here's a cool thing. I had a gentleman come up to me at CryptidCon, and oh, Pat says myth overeating does a trick. There you go. So I don't think I shared this yet. Maybe I did. Even if I did, there might be new people in here, so that's cool. Um, I'll share one of the stories Ike shared with me. Ike was a listener who came up to me during CryptidCon and said, "Hey, I listened to the show. Thanks for what you do. I've got some stories. I'm going to share a little bit about one because I might be able to chat with Ike in the future." But so Ike comes up to me. He's from the West Virginia area, and he had a cool story about how when he was a lot younger, and this is back in the late '60s, I want to say, and he took his dirt bike vehicle over to a um, local state forest, and it just snowed, so he's going over there. He wants to blow donuts in the snow with his dirt bike vehicle, right? When he gets over there, the dirt bike just stops working. He can't get anywhere. After the bike stops, what does he hear in the woods? He hears this thing start yelling, screaming at him from the woods. The way he described it, it sounded like there was a Bigfoot um, yelling, screaming at him from the woods. Uh, Needless to say, he finally got the bike going and hightailed it out of there. But Ike had some interesting stories, but I'll save those for another day. Hopefully, I can get Ike to come on. He's a very cool, nice gentleman. Um, the location of that was also it was the same state forest that Joe, if you remember the Finding Bigfoot um, episode, the reunion episode that came out a few years ago, and you had Joe Purdue in that state forest, and he was showing them the area in West Virginia. It's the same state forest. So it's pretty cool. For those that are new, this is Strange Stories with Jeremiah Byron. This is episode number 18. We're chatting today. It's a special Thanksgiving night episode. If anyone has any stories, anything weird that's happened to them, anything strange, paranormal, ghosty, UFOs, aliens, Bigfoot, other cryptids, Dogman, stuff like that, you're welcome to call on in. Let me make sure I haven't gotten any calls. So far, so good. 515-809-0165. Call lines are open. If you've got a friend, or if you know a person, or maybe it was you, do you know anything about Marley Woods in Missouri? Marley Woods is the Skinwalker Ranch of Missouri. I've got a gentleman that I'm trying to set something up for 2023 to talk about this area. It's very hard to get people to talk about this area. Of course, we know about Skinwalker Ranch. Not a lot of people know about Marley Woods. It's an area now. If you look it up on a map, there is no actual Marley Woods in Missouri. It's a code name for a ranch area that has many things of high strangeness going on, much unlike Skinwalker Ranch. But because of the secretiveness of it, no one really wants to talk about it. They want to, and they want to respect the privacy of the owner. But if someone ever wants to talk about it, the invite is out there to contact me. I would love to talk to you about it on Bigfoot Society, or you can always have them give a call in to the show that I do every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Um, Yeah, you can give a call in 515-809-0165. We are about 22 minutes in. Let's see, what else cool do I have to talk about today? Hey, let me do a little shout out here. If you haven't picked out this book, you need to pick it up. This is Bigfoot Influencers by Tim Halloran. I know everyone's talking about this one, but I actually got a chance to talk to him one-on-one a few times during CryptidCon. And it's a super book. I mean, everyone that you would want to talk or you'd want to learn about is literally in this book. So we're just hanging out here. We got 12 people hanging out in the chat. Let me know what you guys are up to this Thanksgiving vacation. If you get some time off work, do you have any cryptid adventures planned? Are you going to go out in the field, look for some dogmen or Bigfoot? Let me know. Or maybe you're just going to hang out, have some leftovers, and maybe, just maybe, you'll go out and are there any deals out for thermals? Let me know if you have any thermals in that cart on Amazon. Maybe there's some, you Bigfooters are looking for some thermal imaging deals out there. I'll have to look myself. Not that I've got the funds for it right now, but you never know. Hellbent Holler says, "Hey, hit that like button, folks. I appreciate that. That's a good reminder. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. You hit the like button and hit the bell icon too, so you don't miss out on any future episodes." Let's see who else we got in the chat. Again, if you're on Facebook, make sure that you hit that link that allows you to show StreamYard your Facebook information. So, Facebook user, I can't see who you are, but I do appreciate you saying Happy Thanksgiving, and a merry Happy Thanksgiving to you. Let's see. Hellbent Holler says, "No more thermals. 3 are enough." That's true. You guys do have the gear. Greg, good old Greg from all.the.weird says, I only have thermal underwear. That puts a whole other twist on it, doesn't? But Greg, if those allow you to find some Bigfoot, then more power to you and get a few pairs on. We are hanging out today. This is Strange Stories with Jeremiah Byron, number 18. We've had some crazy episodes so far, so make sure that you go back into the backlog and listen to previous episodes. We've had all sorts of crazy stuff. We had Sharon call in from British Columbia talking about her Bigfoot road sighting that happened almost midnight one night. We had, let's see, what other stories have we had so far? I can't help but keep going back to the gentleman who was feeding Bigfoot in his backyard in northern Missouri. That was wild stuff. Facebook users hanging out, saying, haha, thank you so much for being here. I wish I knew who you were. We got 15 people hanging out right now. Surely someone has a crazy story to share. Maybe someone who hasn't called in yet, and maybe someone who has called in, but they have a different story. Ooh, okay. So Hellbent Holler, let's see. For those of you looking for thermal scopes, Amazon has some great Black Friday deals on AGM monoculars. Really? Okay, so head on over to Amazon, guys, after this and check out AGM monoculars. Looks like Hellbent Holler thinks they're pretty good, so I would say you want to check them out. Let me take a drink. Guys, let's get a discussion going here. So here's a question for everyone in the chat. So the question is, what cryptid do you think there's the biggest chance of science proving and why? Let me know. Let's see. Be quiet, Rebecca. I'm incognito. Is that Chris Spencer? I don't know. Facebook users love to be incognito. They're undercover. So while we wait for that elusive first caller, you can call on in 515-809-0165. Let's see. It is Chris Spencer. Nice to see you, sir. Thanks for hanging out. We're waiting for caller number one. You can call on in 515-809-0165 with any strange, weird, wonderful, paranormal, unknown stories you have, UFO, alien, Bigfoot related, stuff like that. Yeah. But hey, let me know in the chat. We got 16 people in here. What cryptid do you think there is the best chance of science actually proving to be real? I don't know what Logman is, Brown Dwarf. So definitely enlighten me of the tale of Logman. Is that another name for Bigfoot? Who knows? Facebook user, I wanted maybe this is Chris. He says Sasquatch, of course. Okay, well, let me know, why do you think science has the best chance of proving that to be true? That's right. I just drank into the mic. Davis Adams says, I still owe you another phone call, but I'm still fighting off a monster of a cold. That's all right. I appreciate that, Davis. I will talk to you one day, have you call in. Was able to meet you at the Cryptid Con, and it was nice to meet you, Davis. We got 16 people. Surely there is someone with an amazing story, a paranormal, an unknown, a strange story, a Bigfoot related story, a dog man, Mothman, perhaps even UFOs, aliens. Did you have an encounter? Did you see something weird in the skies? Did you hear something howling in the back of your house? Perhaps someone tried to break into your house that was a Bigfoot. We'll never know. We've got 18 people here. I appreciate you all being here. Do me a favor and share this with your friends on Facebook, Twitter. Just say, hey, this guy's waiting for the first crazy call, the first crazy story. Let's see. Here we go, Greg. Bigfoot, because there is evidence and tracks hair, PG film. It's a matter of time until there's a body found. I absolutely agree, Greg. Hike with Mike says that the tryptum from the turkey is affecting me getting tired. I agree 100%. Is it trypta? It's some. Let me know in the chat. I'm trying to remember from school. Is it tryptophan? Some crazy name. Someone verify that. Maybe it is tryptum. Pat says Bigfoot, I believe. Interesting. I'm gonna guess this is Chris. There's physical evidence to back up many sighting reports. That is true. We got 21 people hanging out in the chat. For the new people hanging out, this is Strange Stories with Jeremiah Byron. We're 30 minutes into episode number 18. We're having a great kind of chat about different things to do with cryptids, things to do with Thanksgiving, all sorts of good stuff. We got Asher's just showed up. Hey, buddy. Hey, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Nice to see you. Oh, yeah. Good water. Good stuff. If you've got, Jordan Heath is here. Very good, my friend. I can always count on you. Tryptophan. Thank you. So there we go. We can take that to the bank. Guys, if you've got a strange story, a weird story, something unknown, paranormal that happened to you, you can go ahead and call on in. Let me check something out here real quick. Okay, cool. Oh, who else we got here? 20 people in here. Fifebot, we got Happy Thanksgiving from Canada, y'all. I want to say this, you're the gentleman that called in a few episodes back and you had the interesting canine stories. Okay. Oh, Pat has a question while we wait to see if we get a call here. Is Bigfoot a simian creature, a more human? Okay, so Pat is wondering what people think. What do you think Bigfoot is? Are we looking at an undiscovered ape? Are we looking at a human relative? Are we looking at something paranormal? Are we looking at something that might be from a different dimension? Um, Maybe an unknown group of people of some sort. Let's see. So Greg thinks I'm in the more human than ape camp. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oof. It is hot up here in this room. I'll let you know, guys. We got less than 30 minutes hanging out. We're having a good chat about apes and peoples and Bigfoot. And this is a sauna, guys. This is a sauna. It might be as bad as when I got the chicken from Casey's and it messed with my head that one night. We'll see what happens. But end of the day, we got 20 people hanging out in here. We're having a good time chatting about different things. If you've got a strange story, you can go ahead and call on in 515-809-0165. And you can share your story, or you can go ahead and share this information about tonight's call-in show to your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Oh my goodness. I want to do another shout out real quick about something cool. I got this graphic novel from a creator at CryptidCon, and this is pretty cool. I haven't been able to read all of this yet, but this is a really cool book. It's fun to look at. It's called Roz and the Big Man, and pretty much the idea behind this book is you got Bigfoot, and you've got this guy, and it's like got government agents. It's set in the 1950s. It's birth of conspiracy. It's a pretty cool book. All right, let's see what we got going. We got some stuff coming in here. So we got Jordan says, I'm in the neither camp. Very interesting. It's just another expression of whatever force it is on the other side of the veil, blending its intentions with the psyche of the experiencer. Wow. Hats off. That's very interesting. It does feel at times, Jordan, that the veil might be getting a little bit thinner, and who knows what's coming through on the other side. Half Life 2 for people that get that reference. Central Florida Bigfoot, flesh and blood for me, more human. Lost peoples is my guess and hope. Wouldn't that be crazy though? Wouldn't that be crazy if like all along it was just a bunch of lost people, maybe even invisible? Um, if you want to get more into that, you can read Henry Franzoni's book, like I'm doing right now. It's very interesting. Excuse me. Greg says many indigenous folklore implies that they were another tribe. That is true. Also in Franzoni's book, in a way. Hike with Mike says Australopithecus, perhaps a missing link. Very interesting. There's a lot of people that call that out. I believe I talked to Cliff about that a little bit, and or something similar. And I want to say that came up when I was talking to Emily Floor as well. Let's see. I want to say this is probably Chris Spencer. We've got his 2 cents are primate. And if this isn't Chris, I apologize. I don't want to literally put words in someone else's mouth. So Facebook user says primate. Excuse me. As far as audio goes, I have examples of gibbon-like vocals, gorilla-like vocals, chimp-like vocals, and human-like vocals, all primate, where falls in the tree. No clue, but everything points to a higher primate, including the sightings and other physical evidence. Very, very interesting. Um, I will say that personally, my personal opinion is that we are looking at some sort of undiscovered uh, ape. So I would say I pretty close to what you're saying there, Chris. Hold on one minute. Ooh, crazy stuff. Let's see what else we got. Um, Many indigenous lore also implied the sun was alive and the earth rested on a giant turtle. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. So we got some back and forth going on. Guys, if you've got a story to share for Strange Stories of Jeremiah Byron, number 18, you can go ahead and call on in 515-809-0165. We do have some back and forth dialogue going on in the chat right now, which is great. Hold on 1 minute. Yeah, we're just hanging out. We're kind of talking about how our Thanksgiving went. Everyone is kind of sluggish from that turkey. That's all right. We're gonna have a good time. Maybe shopping tomorrow. Maybe just hanging out. Maybe having a good time. Hopefully, you can just kick back. For those that are working, I do appreciate you guys. I worked retail for a few years. I feel your pain. I worked at the Apple store, excuse me, for about 6 years in the mall. And I'll tell you, Black Friday is the worst in that place. Um, it's rough. So if you guys are working tomorrow, I feel your pain. Hang in there. Hopefully, it's not forever. Um, all right. We got 18 people hanging out. I appreciate y'all hanging out tonight. If you haven't put it in the chat yet, go ahead, shout out where you're watching from so we can see where everyone's hanging out from tonight. And if you haven't put anything in the chat, so I can see that you're here. All right. Okay, here we go. Chris Spencer, Tootle River Valley Skookum. There, I dropped the Facebook feed. Hey, man, you're back in the YouTube universe. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Chris Spencer's YouTube channel, you definitely should do that. He's got some really awesome audio analysis different audio he's getting from the Pacific Northwest. Um, and he also has some really good videos he's put up about how to make a long duration field recorder, which is really cool. Let's see. Okay. Jordan says our Thanksgiving tradition is watching the National Dog Show. Hey, that's cool. Ours is watching the Macy's Day Parade, which is pretty cool. Guys, it's 9:40. We're 40 minutes in. We're waiting for the first call. We're sweating it out. I'm literally sweating it out here. But even if we don't get a call, it's all right because we've had a great chat tonight. Um, let's see. So we got Alan's calling in from South Carolina. Rebecca's calling in from Southwest Washington. We got Greg from Ontario, Canada. Good stuff. And then we got Matt saying, "Hey, Chris, I appreciate all your help on the audio capture. Good stuff." Mothman 46. So I'm watching from the trunk of Greg Morrell's car. It's cold. Well, oh, it's so funny. Greg says, "Quiet back there." That's right. Kind of tap on the trunk a little bit. Hey, quiet in there. Jordan is watching from Indiana. Good stuff. Good stuff. And of course, myself, I'm from I was going to say the chilly fields of central Iowa, but it's actually today was not too bad. It was about 50 degrees. It was a nice day. It was a nice day. Can't complain. Guys, let me know if you are if you're not that. If you are reading any cryptid books right now, let me know what you're reading in the comments. Again, this is Strange Stories of Jeremiah Byron. We're waiting for the first caller. About 41 minutes into it. We're just kind of having a hangout time today. Waiting for that first caller. I'm kind of sweating it out here. That's all right, though. You never know. You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes there might not be a caller, and that's okay. Maybe the strangest story is a story we don't tell and the story that's inside our head. Who knows? All right, let's see what else we got in the chat. Mothman 46 says, "I need Timmy's." Is that like a reference to Tim Hortons in Canada? I think that's what it is. Jordan says, "Hey, it's been gorgeous here too. Mid-50s, 3 days running." Yeah, dude. Ooh, what's this? Watching while Rebecca tracks down long-eared owl calls for me. Oh, cool. How are you doing that on you do that on YouTube or how do you track down owl calls? Kind of curious about that, Chris. Um actually, you know what? If you don't feel comfortable calling in, you can always share your story in the chat too. And I can read your chat. I can read your story through the chat. That's fine too. I just realized there might be some people that are not comfortable uh, actually calling into the phone line. If you want to just share your story or something weird, you can go ahead and do that in the chat, and I will read that out loud. Um, it'll be a good time. So, oh yeah, I totally got it. Tim Hortons is gospel. Dub dub. Someday I'll need to go to a Tim Hortons. That would be a good time. I think are Tim Hortons just in Canada or are they in the US, guys? Let me know. I know we don't have them in Iowa. That's for sure. Ooh. Aha. I got a Google alert for Bigfoot Society, but it wasn't me. That's all right. Oh, yes. Okay. So, guys, if you've never heard of this guy, you need to look into this guy right now. So, Jordan says he's reading Mysteries of Canada, Volume 2 by Hammerson Peters right now. 10 out of 10 recommend. Hammerson is probably the expert for like weird folklore stories to do with Canada. And you can go ahead and you can actually look him up on YouTube. And he's been putting up a lot of really cool Canada Bigfoot related stories from back in the day. But he's probably best known for his Nahanni Valley, Headless Valley videos that talk about some crazy stuff. Let's see. Chris says, I don't know how she does it, but when I can't, she does. Well, that means she's awesome. Of course, we knew that she was awesome. Mothman 46, we have Hortons in Ohio. Oh, that's cool. All right. Fantastic. Okay. Ooh, what's this? The Sasquatch Seekers Field Manual by David George Gordon. I've actually never heard of that. I'm gonna have to look that up. That Pat. That sounds cool. Um, Mothman 46 is Mysteries of Canada. Okay. Don't poke the bear, dude. Canada will come after you with the nicest manners ever. Wow, we are 45 minutes into it. I am in the sauna room. I should really open up a window, but I'm not going to. I should though. Let's see. Jordan says I've been living in this dude's mind ever since we ended our Mothman series. He's brilliant. My number one favorite researcher of all time. Style and substance. Dude, I agree. I love his voice too. His voice is so it's just soothing to listen to. Very cool. You guys gotta check it out. Man, I'm kind of getting the sniffs. Um we're having a good day. We're having a good time. This is Strange Stories with Jeremiah Byron, episode number 18. We are about 46 minutes into it. We have 14 minutes left for someone to call in. We might not get a caller. That's okay. You never know what you're going to get. It's kind of like a box of chocolates. Oh, yeah. Greg, yes, his name is Hammerson. If you've never watched any Hammerson Peters stuff, Greg, you really need to. You would love it, especially yourself being in Canada, even more so. But man, Hammerson Peters' stories on YouTube and his books, it's a real treat, and you're gonna love it, dude. Check out the Nahanni Valley stuff. Mothman 46 says, "Hey, I wonder if Mothman had a deep fried German Shepherd for." Sir, you are terrible, and I'm going to start reading comments before I put them on the screen. I should be doing that all along. Oh, that's funny. That is some funny stuff. For those of you new, we got 19 people here. Episode coming out tomorrow is a chat with Mr. Sam Sharon. That is a fun chat. I should know because I did it. But I think you will enjoy it. We'll talk about his travel he took once. He took a travel trip out to the Willow Creek area. Let's see. People are calling out Bandit. I'm not lying. Poor Bandit. Bandit, hope you were taken care of, my friend. Pour one out for Bandit. It's about 48 minutes into the hour. The clouds of fate are not shining on us yet today. We have not had the first caller in. Remember, this is Strange Stories, Jeremiah Byron. You can always go ahead and call on in if you'd like, 515-809-0165. You can share your strange story, weird UFO story, alien encounter, Bigfoot, cryptid, all this crazy stuff. Bonus points if you have these guys, Bigfoot feet. You know I do. Check this out. That's where we're at. That's where we're at, guys. No one is calling in, so we are absolutely at the point where I'm busting out the Bigfoot feet, and I'm literally taking a mid-tarsal break with my Bigfoot feet. You made me do this, and here we go. Okay, so guys, I hope you have a great time tomorrow. Oh, here's a good question. Did anyone notice? Is there any good Black Friday deals in the cryptid community? Go ahead, shout it out if you know of anyone that has some good cryptid deals in the Black Friday community. I think for Bigfoot Society right now, what am I doing? You'll have to check it out by going to my Etsy page, but I want to say it's like 20% off. let me know if you know of any other people. If you want to go ahead and um, promote your stuff in the chat, that's fine. You can shout that out. Say, hey, my stuff's on sale for Black Friday. You should check it out. We're about 10 minutes into Strangeology, of course. Yeah, dude, Strangeology was so cool to meet in person. Jeff is the nicest guy. We went out to, we had a big meetup. Everyone was at a local pizza place. It was awesome. What did I get? I can't remember it, but it was glorious. Um, mm, okay. Per my call in, I need some advice on audio recorders. Sharon, I would recommend to check out what is it? What's his channel name? Chris, look up Tootle River Valley Skookum. I'm gonna put it on the screen. That is Chris Spencer from the Olympic Project, and he's got a lot of interesting videos on recording Sasquatch audio and some recorder stuff. Um, what is the one I have? I have a Tascam audio recorder that Chris recommended that I get. It's okay. Oh yeah. Look up Tactical Bigfoot. Mike Gann has some great advice too. I don't know if he has any actual videos on YouTube you can look up, but actually, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let's look together. Okay, so Tascam. Here we go. I'm looking to see if there's any deals on right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, Sharon, you can write this down. The one that I use is Tascam DR05X. That's going to run you anywhere from maybe like 100 to 120. There might be some deals tomorrow too. You'll have to look, but that's Tascam. Actually, let me put it in a banner for your Tascam DR05X. So that's what I am talking about, Sharon, for you. Oh, all right, Jordan. Let's see what you got, buddy. All the campfire merch is 40% off for the weekend. This must be through I forget what the name of the site is. Designs by Jonathan Dodd, Easton Hawk, the Crescent Hare, and Todd Purse. $13 t-shirts. What's the website? Because I have some Bigfoot Society shirts up on the same site, which means that Bigfoot Society shirts are currently $13 on that website too. Oh my goodness, wow. Okay, here we go.
Call from
Brown Dwarf.
To accept, press 1.
Hello. Oh, hold on.
Yo, Jeremiah.
Hey, Brown Dwarf, you there? I almost forgot that we were actually taking calls in this thing. I was at the point where I was giving up, but you didn't let me go. Thank you for calling in, man.
No, bro. Yeah, no doubt.
This is
on now?
Yeah, real quick. So this is live on YouTube, record for the podcast, and keep it clean if you can, please. All right. So what's going on, man?
Not too much, bro. I figured I'd call in since no one was.
Dude, I appreciate it.
I got a little strange story for you guys.
Oh, all right. Here we go.
So yeah, let's dive right on in, dude. So check this out. I was Bigfooting out in one of my areas up in Humboldt County, California.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this particular redwood grove that I go to where I usually get activity. And I was out one day and during daytime, and I noticed this two pieces of really big. One was a slab of redwood, and the other one was like a big redwood branch, and it was kind of like leaned up against a pretty big redwood. It's either a tree or a big redwood stump. And almost like if someone was going to start making a structure of some sort. And it was pretty tall. Anyway, I was recording that. And for some reason, sometimes when I get certain vibes, I tend to pan my camera in those directions. And I sensed something to the left of me. And so I started panning the camera slowly that way. And possibly noticed some subjects after the fact when I went over the video. And anyway, the video keeps on going. I kept exploring an area, and I ran into this other redwood that really stood out to me. It seemed to have been peeled of its bark.
Oh, wow.
It seemed like a completely different color than the redwoods around it. And I had shown the picture to someone who was an ex-park ranger, and he mentioned that it might have been like an albino redwood of some sort. But the weird thing about it is that in the video, you'll be able to see what looks like a bunch of faces, different types of faces, like gnarly, weird-looking faces, dude, all like kind of like stacked on top of each other.
Really?
Yeah, kind of like in the form of this tree. And I've heard like people talk about like in the Bigfoot world, people mention of these cryptids possibly being able to like stack on top of each other like that. I've seen weird pictures out there where this phenomenon it's seen. You know, you see these things in these pictures and whatnot and in videos. But anyway, I have no idea what this stuff was, but in the video, also, you see off to the right of this weird tree that we're talking about, in between some other redwood trees here, is this subject that tends to materialize out of thin air, bro. And,
really?
And it seems like of the body of something pretty big, and it's the color of almost the redwood. It's actually a little brighter, kind of like a cinnamony reddish color.
Oh, man.
And it looks like it's almost like hugging the tree, but you don't get to see a face. And so what I did is I scrubbed back and forth so you could see the action of the materializing, bro. And it's the weirdest thing. And I was blown away because, you hear about these beings possibly being able to do these types of things. And like I said, you couldn't see a face or anything, so I couldn't confirm that it's an actual Sasquatch. But I was in the area with the intention, and there's been many reports out of that particular area as well. I've seen signs of stick structures. I'm not saying they built it, but you find the structures in the area. I found tracks in the area as well, and I actually presented this stuff. These are some old videos from years ago.
Okay.
And it's been posted on my channel, and so it's been out there, and never really got much feedback about it. I actually even reposted it with a different title, and I've been wanting to get people's opinions about it. And I did present it recently on another podcast.
Okay.
It was pretty good. They did a pretty good job, and they showed some other videos and stuff. And it was actually a second part. We did it this Sunday. So there's a 2-part to it, and man, I showed some tracks and structures,
nice,
just stuff that I found in my investigation. So I could definitely plug that if people are interested in.
Oh, for sure.
That.
No, you've got a really good YouTube channel, dude. I like it.
Yeah, and I always mention it. It's an organized mess because there's a lot of videos that are either really short or may not have anything to do with the topic. Might be me on my travels or just maybe even Bigfoot related stuff, but I'm not in the field or whatever.
Do you have a
with it? But there is some serious stuff in there, though. Excuse me.
Do you have a lot of connections with park rangers out there, Browndorf?
No, but I have ran into. I know one for sure who's well known, and he's I don't know if I should mention his name, but you probably
probably not. If you,
yeah, he's a cool guy, and
okay.
But he's well known in that area. You probably know who I'm talking about, but
yeah, I think I do.
I've met several others, but I don't have any like major connections or anything like that. But,
gotcha.
yeah, man, just thought I'd share that with you, and
Dude, I love that.
And if you're interested in checking it out, I'd love your feedback, dude.
Oh, for sure. Do you remember what you can always just you could send me a link too, and I can put it in the show
Yeah,
notes for this. That'd probably be easiest so people
sounds
can check it
good,
out.
man. I'll definitely do that. And yeah, so that's my little strange story.
Awesome. I
Happy
love it,
birthday,
dude.
everyone. And yeah, hope you have a blessed rest of your evening, man. Cheers.
Rock on. Thanks, Brown Dwarf, for calling.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, friends. Yeah, Brown Dwarf is a cool dude from out there on the West Coast. Check out his YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the show notes for this once I get that message from him. But thank you all for hanging out tonight. We had a fun chat back and forth, all of us. It's a great Thanksgiving night. Next show will be Sunday night. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Mothman 46. Good day, folks. Nice chat. Pat, good show as usual. I appreciate you, sir. You all have a great night. Get some rest. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Hit subscribe if you're not. Hit the like button. Share it with your friends. And hit the bell icon so that you know when I go live next. But have a great night, and I appreciate you all for watching. See y'all.